Good evening and welcome to Gallery 27. Special welcome to all the new people here who haven't been here before.
Well, thank you.
As you can see, it's a stunning show. It's been a pleasure working with Mairéad on this.
Oh, please, please. I have nothing to say.
And it's been a great pleasure to work on this, and I loved it. I'll leave it over to you. So I'd just like to introduce a great friend of mine who has kindly agreed to open the show.
At gunpoint.
A man who
Not by you.
A man
That's
who is,
pallet point.
He is no stranger to public speaking, and I'm sure he'll entertain you. Johnny McCoy.
Thank you so much. I would rather the word, of course, educate, which is to draw out, and that means that all of us have some input here this evening. First of all, thank you so much. I mean, what can I say? I remember the first time I was asked to open an exhibition. It was the local gallery in Dundalk, where my family have some connections, and this is kind of the pre-time of Facebook, whatever else. And I said, "What's the artist's name?" He said, "Deirdre." I said, "Fair enough." Yeah. And then about a week before, I said, "What's her surname?" Deirdre Behan. I said, "Oh, right, yeah. Oh, fair enough." So anyway, I rock up. It turned out she's John Behan's and Constance Short's daughter. So like tonight, here we are surrounded by art royalty. I mean, Smiley Bolger, you know. It was beyond scary. So, you know, at this stage now, I put my hands behind my back. Somebody will come up and blindfold me, and in the interest of an art, what can I say, project, I will be publicly executed. But it really is a pleasure. You know, as Tony will know, I was quite involved in the Arts Club, and as most of you will know how thankless that is, but that's by the by. And I sincerely hope that, you know, my opening this show will not be a mark of Cain that will mark you at the Arts Club, the RHA, and other places where I'm about as welcome as Saddam Hussein or whoever the latest hate figure is. It really is a wonderful thing. In preparation for this evening, I did what anybody would do. I didn't sort of go to the National Gallery, I didn't go into art books or whatever else. I went to a funeral service of the wonderful Paolo Tullio. And I only have one copy of the order of service. I mean, I have it here. There's a bit of scribbles on the back, but I will pass it around. And I mean, you look at the names. I mean, you know, John Borman, sorry, it's upside down there. John Borman, Paul McGuinness, Christa Burke, I know it was a bit stomach juicy.
Am I there?
Yes, yeah, in mind and body. And you know, Fiacre O'Brien and whatever else. And it shows we should appreciate what we have while we have it. And also, the wonderful thing about art, and I'm not going to be all doom and gloom, despite being Northern Irish. That's why, as you can tell, I was sent to school in England, so that wouldn't be, well, what about that, you know. You know, we let others, you know, no actor has spoken my words apart from Tony, of course, which I would wish, but that happened. But we must appreciate what we have while we have it. And the great thing that I learned this afternoon, and we all know, I mean, I'm not here to patronise or to pontificate, or to, you know, sort of say that tuppence halfpenny can look down on tuppence or whatever else. But the wonderful thing is the courage it takes to give some of yourself. You know, that is part of you. You know, I have sold my photographs very modestly, I have to admit. I was drinking in the bar last night where one of my better examples is hidden. Kind of, the main bar is there, and I insisted it was put up on the grounds that the staff would appreciate who it is. But I know what it's like. But you do, you know, you give part of yourself away. And I don't think people realise that. And in particular, I used to lecture in an art college, and almost another life. And I remember when it came to pricing the art students, you know, they had heard, those of you who teach, these things, you're brilliant. It's wonderful. You know, the easy thing is, yes, it's fantastic. You know, I mean, this will change my life, and that's not just your book about you too, young man, who's recording all this, and I will deny this conversation ever took place. But you know, it is tempting to flatter, to deceive, but that's impossible with Deirdre's work, because it speaks for itself. You know, I mean, legacy. You know, we've had politicians and others. You know, Dennis O'Brien even. You know, my privacy legacy. I mean, how scary is that? That, you know, nearly caused an invisible, conjuring smoke and mirrors constitutional crisis. But your legacy is important. And as an artist, be it 2D, 3D, in media, new media, or whatever, you have the opportunity to leave something that until the next mutually assured destruction event takes place will survive. You know, I was in the exam hall in Trinity, which for most of us has bad memories. You know, you're there expecting inspiration. You look up and you see Queen Elizabeth I looking down, as cold as Queen Elizabeth II and whatever else. Saying, it's impossible. But what I think